Welcome to the Trini Techcast. This is episode 133. I'm recording on the, what is it, the 10th?
No, the 5th.
5th or the 10th.
You're Russian things.
There's something important to have to do by the 10th. That's why it's on my mind. The 10th is Friday, and yep, there's a deadline I have to meet for something. That's why it's on my mind. 133, but that is my address. Yeah, my old address, the number was 133 on the mailbox. That's about the only time I've ever bounced up the number 133 in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the podcast right now. But yeah, you're welcome for the weird intro because I'm a weird guy. I am a weird guy. How are you folks doing this wonderful evening?
Things good.
Michaela let the hair out because it is alleged she was on a panel discussion.
Yes,
and,
yesterday it was great.
Was sounding smart and thing, and anybody come up to you and say, "Hey, you just do a podcast?"
No, actually.
Okay,
well,
cool.
Besides Tevin, but no, actually.
All right, because it have some videos on the TikTok that pelting up in the numbers because Michaela dragging RBC now, RBL now, and yeah. That people
was the one on the the login stuff.
Yeah, the login thing. Yeah. That video reached like 20K and still pumping. Because everybody have a view now. Everybody, some agreeing, some disagreeing. And they're like, nah, sis, I with you. Like, no, I humbly disagree. And it's just going back and forth. And after a while, I was just like, I'm just going to like the comments because interaction is necessary. But too much interaction, you just kind of be like, I really don't want to deal with randoms on the internet, but as part of being on social media, well, our business being on social media, you have to deal with the randoms on the internet, man.
Yeah, something real random, as you say in random. You just say yes, sis. It now occur to me that woman does say that. Like, I accustomed saying yeah, bro. But it now occur to me that, yeah, woman does probably say yes, sis.
Hey, I teach in a girls' school, and I just hear them saying bro too, like nah bro,
yeah.
bro,
yeah,
bro, and
I say bro all the time. All the time. I'm like bro,
cause I guess bro is like almost like bruh or something.
Yes,
so it's not gender. Yeah, it's not gender based to them, but yeah, some of them will say only when they're saying something kind of like pretty like cute or what, it'd be like yes sis slay. They wouldn't say yeah bro slay. It wouldn't work out that way. But yeah, that's just my observations of teaching because my teacher is, I think they've gotten better by natural selection. Meaning when you teach for so long, you just hear everything in our classroom now. Like people will just be talking and you'll be like, why am I hearing this? My ears have been tuned to the conversations that are going on. And some of the conversations, you'll just be like, should I jump in or should I just leave this right here? I'll leave that right here. Yeah. That's me, the techiness this week. What did I do, techie? I taught my son how to study using AI. So he was adamant that there's no way that he could take a picture of his note with his handwriting and AI would make it out. I was like, no, take a picture of your notes. Watch, you're going to see something. And because he's writing cursive now, he's writing like block letters. So we took a picture of it and the Gemini was able to pick up everything that was on the page. Some things wasn't making sense because he had some scratches or whatnot, but it picked up everything. And then I was like, okay, to put in this prompt now, create a 10 multiple choice question, revision multiple choice that shows me the answers as correct and explains the ones that are wrong or some kind of thing like that. And it creates the multiple choice for him. So now when you revise any work, he just revising it by getting a small quiz to check it. And he was like, this way easier. Wow. So I don't have to read everything. I was like, no, you don't have to read everything. Just the ones that you get wrong. And I felt
cool, man.
I felt good about that. But I was actually concerned I wouldn't make out the handwriting, huh? But I was like, and it was Spanish too. I was like, it made out Spanish with his, not Crapofoot handwriting, but cursive handwriting. So, yeah, that made me feel good about my techiness.
Somebody like me, I won't be able to do that because sometimes now I'll write something, then I come back to it and I doesn't understand. Because I don't write like, you know, when you're in school and
oh like, yeah. I am 100% with you. I don't write at all. The most I do is
what do you mean you don't write?
Like you know, in school you used to write a whole pages and notes and things, but now, like, when do you write anything? Like,
true, I was writing scribbles because I realized like if I don't write things, I wouldn't like remember. Like typing it, I could type something now and it'll immediately leave my brain. So that's how I write.
Like sometimes I'll write stuff down, like, you know, you're talking and you're just taking, like I have a whole big notebook, taking notes, and like when I come back to it, I just had to try and decipher what I write.
Yes. I know your struggle. I think things will bother me, like if I don't have a projector to teach, I'm not teaching. Because I'm not going to write on the board. It's ridiculously counterproductive. Like, that takes so long. Imagine you writing all the notes on the board for somebody to copy down. When like,
worst by all the teachers, you write down the notes and 10 seconds after you rub it off.
While
you writing, I had to be writing.
Yeah, that's like me when I change the slide. I'll be like, all right, I'm changing the slide now. No, don't change the slide. Yeah. And I just had to be like, what, so long will it take to write down that slide? And I just go back. But yeah, writing on a board, like I would never be able to accomplish the amount of work I wanted to. But anyhow, what was your techiness, Michaela?
A while.
Besides talking on a panel.
Yeah, that is the techiness right there. You know, I got to network with a lot of other people who are in the tech space and the innovation space, and it was very fun. Yeah, and I also did a fishing exercise for work last week. But I mean,
anybody to come on the podcast? You know, when you're networking, you just be like, I met some cool people. No, okay.
I don't know yet. You know, no. I have one friend who does want to come on the podcast. I had to get back to him. Yeah. That's always on the to-do list. It's always on the to-do list. Let me write that down.
You should write it down.
That's exactly so.
Yeah.
I don't write it down. I have a digital to-do list.
Yeah. It's tell my phone for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me, I probably just continue building stuff out in
Udo.
In Udo. So I'll do some new stuff. Yeah.
That must have been fun watching it work. Or watching it not work until it did work.
Yeah, and I mean, it's different because, you know, sometimes you're doing something for work, it's like, it's work. But if you're doing something on your own and you're like, you know, you're building this for yourself, because there's a difference between building something for somebody else and, you know, you probably get paid for building it for yourself. You know, and you know, long term it will have a benefit. So, it's be
correct.
Good.
All right, school. So let's jump into what's going on today. Today we have, it didn't have much local news, so we have one long article, which is what's wrong with our creator economy. And then we're going to take a chance and jump in to see what AI Sora 2 is like and kind of discuss the way that they decided to launch it and the way that it's being kind of controlled. I have my views on that, but we have some sample videos to look at for those of you all who watching. Those of you all who listening, well, I guess you'll hear the sample videos because they have audio now. They didn't have audio before. So let's go. First article, what's wrong with the creator economy? Right now, you're listening to Training TechCast, and more than likely, you know that I love technology a lot. But more so, I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and CAPE Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know anyone, any student that's looking for quality CAPE Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeitsimplett.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of. That will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. Developing a Caribbean creator economy, monetizing talent, culture, and community. So the first half of the article basically goes into all of the bad stuff, what is going on, how we have so many good things that we have, but we can't monetize it, and people going on TikTok and podcasts getting popularity, cough, cough, hint, hint, and all the different things that have issues with respect to things that could be monetized, but they can't. But then there's a part where he lists out 4 key shifts fueling the local creator boom. And we want to kind of dissect those. So I'll read them out first and then we'll dissect them one by one, right? The fall of traditional gatekeepers. Creators no longer need media companies or record labels or publishers or digital platforms to have democratized access, allowing talent to reach global audiences. The demand for local relevance. Caribbean audiences are increasingly fatigued by globalized content and they want actual Caribbean content. The diaspora is an economic engine and platform incentivization with limitations. Platforms like Meta, YouTube, and TikTok are expanding monetization tools, but Caribbean access remains inconsistent. Regional advocacy is essential to level this digital playing field. And yeah, that was the 4 things. And I'd have some suggestions on how we could monetize it. But let's go through the first one. Fall of regional gatekeepers. Creators no longer need media companies, record labels, or publishers. Let me run it in terms of yes, no, maybe. Do you think that we still have media gatekeepers, and even though TikTok and Instagram and all those things exist, we still have a general kind of media gatekeeping culture still in, at least in Trinidad and Tobago? Yes, no, maybe.
No, social media free, and these days you get a bigger reach from social media as opposed to traditional media like TV. So I don't think so.
How about you, Hakeem?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, traditional media like newspaper, TV ads, radio ads, that more serve a certain demographic and probably a certain age group. But social media, even people, older people, whatever, if you check where they spend a lot of the time is being on the phone, and traditional media don't have a stranglehold on that. One way they could probably penetrate that market is using the paid ads or whatever, but generally people tend to go to social media and be on social media for the creators and not necessarily for the ads. Like they will go to the ads when they want something, but casually when they pick up the phone, they want to see creators, they want to see what's going on in the news, that type of thing. So, and if you have entertaining content, more so than any other type of content, is do well in Trinidad. But there's one thing having the reach and the views and the likes, the other part is the actual monetization. So if you're talking about that, then that's
we get into that just now. Yeah, I give it all, because I work in a radio station and media houses. So I'm struggling to get advertisers and thing now because Facebook ads, as one of our hosts would say, is the best thing since sliced bread. Because the amount of targeted response that you get from Facebook ads and Instagram ads and thing, yeah, I know that firsthand. There's no way you could come and you could tell me I could put a whole page ad in the newspaper for $1,000. I'd rather spend that $1,000 on Facebook ads. Easily. So yeah, traditional
Does
media.
the cost of an ad in the newspaper only $1,000?
For a whole page?
Yeah.
$10,000 boy.
Oh, okay, I want to know. You could
10,000.
take that 10,000 and spend that. You will get.
You could spend that over the course of 6 months and build a whole business on that.
Yeah, over that 10,000. So
Yeah,
it's
easily.
not comparable at all.
All right, so the next statement is a little trickier. The demand for local relevance. Caribbean audiences are increasingly fatigued by globalized content and crave content that reflects their accents, stories, and realities. I will start by saying maybe, because I know a lot of people hate to see Caribbean creators. Like, they get vexed when that come up on their feed, because that is not what they want to see, and they find it annoying, they find it cringy, and all them kind of things. And I'm not too sure if Caribbean people want to see Caribbean people. That's why I say maybe.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I probably say I'm not too sure about that one as well, because, as I say, sometimes it's like for me, sometimes a lot of the local contenders be a lot of bacchanal and commerce, and sometimes you'll get jokes and all that might be entertaining, but sometimes when you go and that's not what you want to see. You know, it's like, you'll have a fatigue of the local content as well. So you probably need, some people probably need a little escape from it.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it really depends on the content creator and the content. So I am in both fields. So sometimes I'll be like, that kind of cringy. I don't want to see that. And then other times I'll be excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a local content creator. I love this. I want to see more of this. So it depends. It's cringy if I'm not the target audience. If I am the target audience, then I'm like, okay, no problem. Now some of them are real cringy though. Can't even lie.
My issue is I like to listen to intelligent people, right? Now, I'm not saying that local content creators aren't intelligent. However, there's a handful of people that'll make intelligent content, and the poor algorithm just won't be able to find me, boy. And I just had to be like, wait now, this man exists? Oh wow, look, he has intelligent content. So, like when I found Akeem, right, on TikTok, I was like, wait, there's another person that knows about technology and understands how to explain technology to other people. And I follow him one time. This was in like 2020 or something, so right? COVID times. And I was like, I follow one time. Because I was like, this is not even competition for me. I just care that he making good videos about technology and all them kind of things. And I was like, hey, I doing this too. I don't feel like I alone. But it has some people that they just put on the front camera and just hold it up to their face and talk. That I cannot take. I can't live with that. And like talking a lot of nothing. And imagine like for 60 seconds you said absolutely nothing because you just hold up the camera to talk. I'm not saying that I only like produce videos and them kind of thing and like high grade content, but I just like people that think about what they're posting instead of just posting because you're throwing things out there. And I say maybe because I real vex that we have plenty thinkers, but they don't get to post as much because they get jaded now by the fact that they try hard to do good things, but the target audience for people like that, it really ain't that big when it comes to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, because what kind of content? I mostly watch like day in the life. So for me, I love the turn on your front camera content and just yap. I will sit down and I will have a play in the background. I love that. Love that. That's basically me with my WhatsApp status. Those who have my number who are not blocked from seeing my status, and they enjoy that content too. They have the time of their lives. Everybody comes and they park up daily for my status. It's fun. Yeah, a little yapathon, you know. I might talk about a new hair product. I might give like 3-4 statuses about this spray bottle and why I like this spray bottle, and you know, It's fun.
But you know, now that I say that, I have a list of people I just block from my status too.
I have 340 people blocked from my status. Yes, 340.
Whoa!
Nah, I
Yeah.
so much.
Okay.
I'll just go down the line. Just okay, anybody, any school, work, adults. Block.
Oh, wow. Jeez. All right. I posted on my status for the first time this week
Yeah,
in
I saw
like
that.
2 years.
Like in life or in 2
Not
years?
2 years. I don't post on my status at all because I don't like people to know what's going on in my life. The people that need to know, I'll probably message them. But why I do this one? Oh yeah, my daughter tapped the whole of form one, right? So I was like, she does be watching my phone. Both of my children does be watching. Yeah. Well, yeah. So if they see a post that, they will know, all right, daddy did something that he not accustomed doing. So I feeling real special now. To the point where she screenshot it and she put it as her status. And she was like, wait, you just post on your status? I thought you was one of them old people that don't use status. I was like, I am. I really don't like people to know what's going on in my life. And she was like, okay, cool. So from like, even if Michaela posts her status, even if I'm not on her block list, I don't even click on that, you know. I don't even press that second button to see updates. I don't know what it is, because to me it is in my stage of life is a waste of time. Even if you put it as background content or whatever it is, it just I rather have a YouTube video that's explaining something about some economic thing, or not just politics, but something that I kind of real interested in, and I'll put that as the background music. Background thing. Like I was listening to why how Venezuela got to the state that it is in. And I just had that in the background while I was in the kitchen. And I just listened to that because anything that educational, I just real gravitate towards it, because that's just how I am. And I don't get that kind of vibe from Trinidad and Tobago creators. And if I had to get that kind of vibe, mostly it's international creators I have to go to, because do you know them YouTube videos where they just do the research, just have the links, and in the description of the video they have all the resources that they use and all them kind of things and whatnot. Yeah, boy, I will live for those kind of that kind of content.
There's a big local content creator that does that. Ooh, I'm gonna try to remember. I know his name is Andrew, but I can't remember the name of the channel.
Is YouTube or is just TikTok or Instagram? YouTube, okay.
Like, yes, we like good quality stuff. I know he does like environmental science type stuff sometimes.
Oh, yes. I think I remember seeing that. And at that time he was explaining why flooding does happen in different parts, and he was explaining the water courses and all them kind of thing. I don't know if that's the same one, but yeah.
No.
How does his videos perform?
They perform well. He has an international audience, but it performs well because the videos are well made. The production quality is high. The video editing is high. It's real good. Trying to find the channel now though.
Yeah. I hope people like that don't get deflated and say to themselves, nah, boy, nobody else watch this. That'll be that's why I land on maybe. The demand for local relevance. I don't feel everybody wants to see local stuff, and that's okay. All right, third one is diaspora as an economic engine. With over 5 million Caribbean nationals living abroad, there is a ready-made market for digital content, cultural products, and experiences. I say yes for sure, because the diaspora is basically people that left the Caribbean and living in other places, and they want to remember how to make pilau. And they going under that Trini cooking video to see how to make pilau again, because they dying for that. They want to know how to make the curry properly. So yes, for sure, the diaspora loves to see Caribbean content because they basically like starving for it.
But do we have content like that will actually show them how to do stuff? Well, I don't know.
Like cooking YouTube channels? Oh, yes. We have real plenty Caribbean cooking YouTube channels, and real plenty of them on TikTok too. Like, they will be like, For those of y'all who are out there and you want a substitute for this because you can't get it, because we get it in the Caribbean but you can't get it here, you can use so and so, and it does show how to make all them things. And you just see people in the comments saying, "Oh, thank you so much. No longer in eat our oil down." But you know, you could clearly see that the accent is coming out in there, right? And because they're trying to sound like they're from the Caribbean still. Like they put like and and the and the and thing, yeah.
So for everybody listening, Andrew is the resident chef for the podcast. You like to cook?
Yes, I do.
I don't know, Michaela. I'm not sure. You like to cook too?
I recently started cooking to save money and to get thick, because I get thick for carnival. So I gym in and meal prepping and all that. I'm bad on the road.
Yo, hey, it's
Only
good.
reason.
Yeah, I make a shepherd's pie today and a green fig pie because I wanted to. I make the shepherd's pie for the children and the green fig pie is all for me. And it's a plantain and thing in it. But anyhow, yeah, I really like to cook.
What about your wife? You mentioned the children and you. What about your wife?
Yeah, she's eat whatever I eaten.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so what you say? Yes, no, maybe the diaspora loved to look at the local content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say because I have a lot of family away. And they will send me things before I even know about it. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah. I agree. Because I have cousins in the States, and I think we had do like a WhatsApp group call, and them literally tell me to like flip my camera while I was making the curry so that they will be able to see what you're supposed to do to make the curry properly. Asking questions and all kind of thing. And I was like, is this a cooking channel or something? And it's like, no.
Hey guys.
Welcome hi guys. Welcome to my channel. Yeah. Today we're going to make some curry. Yeah. And that was a thing. And usually when they come down here, the first thing that they try to do, they want to go and get an authentic roti. They want to get this and they want to get that kind of thing. So I could see that they would probably gravitate towards the channels that have digital content for their experiences. So yeah, all right, so we all say yes. The next one is platform incentivization with limitations. Platforms like Meta, YouTube, and TikTok are expanding monetization tools, but Caribbean access remains inconsistent. Regional advocacy is essential to level this digital playing field. That's a no for me, because I'm on YouTube like years now with like almost 1 million views overall on all of my videos on YouTube. And I probably get like 800 US over the course of 5 years. Like, if you don't have, if your content is being consumed by Caribbean people in Caribbean territories, it ain't gonna have no ads. And if it doesn't have ads, then you won't get money. If your content is being consumed by people in other territories, then you will be able to monetize it. So a lot of the food bloggers and things, they get a good bit of cash because the people that actually watching it coming from there's basically the diaspora in places where they want to see how to make pilau again or whatever. But monetization, nope. Even after we were talking to Francesca the other day, monetization is not it. So that is mine is a no.
Yeah, I agree too, because for most content creators in Trinidad, to make money is more or less be brand deals. A brand had to pay you to do a video for the product or whatever, or what you call it, ambassador type thing.
Yeah.
To get to that point, you have to be a fairly popular or well-established person.
And even then, they just try to lowball you too.
Yeah, the prices. I experienced that. Like, they would come to you, but the amount of money they want to pay you is like, it's not something that's sustainable to pursue as a career to pay the bills. It take on pay no bills. It might help you buy groceries for a week or something.
He like
Because
he
she saw
like
Rick is crazy.
he like I heard from a reliable source that somebody the biggest of the big who have like millions of followers on TikTok and thing, them does still get paid $20,000 a video. Imagine you have 1 million followers on TikTok and you get 20K to do a video for somebody. That's that madness. That
I don't know if that's good or bad.
No, that's bad. That's bad.
Okay.
If you're comparing it to other, like say other markets, yeah.
If you compare it to the US market, that you're getting 20K US for your one video. Because a lot of people just get money just for a picture on Instagram. Just one image. Much less a produced video for something. It's not much. But to build 1 million followers, you have to do real work. You have to do real work to get to that point. And it's not just going viral. Because you could go viral and people don't follow you. Which has happened.
Sure.
Alright, so let's move real quickly to the parts where they're saying what we need to do. What's his name, Kevin? He said what we need to do. He said we must move beyond likes and follows. For Caribbean creators to build a viable business, they must diversify their revenue streams. 1, brand partnerships and sponsored content. Authentic collaborations with aligned brands offer sustainable income beyond one-off influencer deals. I will say maybe, because not like some of the things that you align with them and trying to spend no money on nothing. Like, for example, who would align with our podcast? That basically ISPs. That's the only people who have that kind of advertising dollar to come and say, yeah, we will sponsor the podcast. Because I resigned myself to that long time. Like, nah, I don't know if Digicel or Flow or Amplia go say, yeah, boy, let me make a brand deal with these people because they talk about technology and that kind of thing. Other than that, all they have is these small tech stores. Like what?
What's this company name by? I can't remember. I just follow the person.
Okay, well let's take tech out it. Let's say you're a food blogger. You just go to different places and restaurants and eat their food and whatnot. Aside from the fact that if you're like food blogger, you'll probably get the food free. How are you gonna get a brand deal from
food drops, skip the line, all the apps so you could order food. You could do sponsorships with them. You could do sponsorships with restaurants. So like restaurant week now pass. You know, all kind of thing.
Yeah, but does it happen though?
Barely.
No, it ain't happening because the view of brand deals and branding and those kind of things, it's kind of low in brand partnerships and sponsored content. It's kind of low because what they believe is that they could take the same media thing that they used to do with the newspapers and the newspapers and radio and TV and just slap that onto social media and they could do your own advertising. And I don't think that they see brand partnerships as something that is lucrative for alignment. So that would be my experience because they'll be like, well, we could just create our own social media account and we could just pay for the ads there. But the authenticity that has come with that, not exactly high now. Not exactly high.
It depends on what type of business you have to. I could have businesses where stuff that's like nice to haves, and it have businesses where people just need it no matter what, even if the customer service bad or
yes, you're true. Yeah, correct.
People will still come to you.
AKA internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could get internet from whichever company you want. You're gonna get trouble either way, and if you switch to another one,
all suck. You're
gonna get trouble either.
All the comments.
I understand. Yeah, like, because you need it. You need it.
Yeah.
Right, merchandise and product development. Creators can turn their ideas into tangible products such as carnival theme fashion, ebooks, or wellness kits. That's a hard no from me. Because
That's
creating
number 5.
no, it moving on to what we can do. So we
Okay.
finished the stuff from before. So they're saying what we can do to build, to turn being a creator into a viable business. So the first one was brand partnerships and sponsored content. The next one is
Okay.
merchandise and product development. Merch is hard. Merch real hard. You feel that you could go and get a jersey printed and then just sell it to people? It's a lie.
That ain't working in Trinidad.
That ain't working. Like, I nearly go and say that ain't working here tonight because shipping soca paranga here while I was driving.
Don't like soca paranga.
Yeah, well, I had to hear it because I was passing through St. James. Well, not St. James, Carnage. But anyhow, yeah, so you say no. Branding, making your own brand is hard. Very few people are gonna make it far in that. But there are some people who won't just create a brand, they have a
that
business.
come to mind that I see popping up. That's the geodesigns person. You ever come across him?
Nope. McKellar probably. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nope. I don't know.
think he does like buy clothes and have his own personal branding, like his own personal logo or whatever. And I think people does buy it. So like he might buy, say, slippers or t-shirts or jerseys or other stuff, and he's put his logo on it, his branding on it, and from what I see, people does buy. So it's more from a business standpoint than a creator selling merch. It's not necessarily.
Who's the creator?
It's not. It's more business. Geo Designs, GIO.
So
Let me see.
Like at that time I had students, I was like, so you should get merch, we'll buy it, you'll buy it, I'll buy it. I was like, all you don't understand how this thing does work. So I print like about I print some jerseys with my logo and something on it, and like 5 of them buy it. And everybody who said that they would buy, went notoriously quiet, because everybody will say that they support you until they have to like get money from them. That's just how the thing does work. But but instead of just brand, yeah, good.
You could look for it on Instagram. I'll put it in the
Yeah, I found. I've never heard of them before, though. But with respect to that, sometimes so for merch, it's kind of touch and go. So merch specifically, I don't think a lot of people buy or support locally. But for personal brands, so I know there's a like when you're talking about the geo design person, who came to mind was Don Worldwide. Their hoodies, everybody back in the day used to be buying all of their hoodies, all the designs, anything they drop, they'd buy. This next brand, good. They have random stickers stick up all over Trinidad. I can't remember right.
stick up all over Trinidad. I probably never saw one.
Yeah. You have like the St. Anne's roundabout, have a sticker in the middle, have like a sticker by Movie Town. They had stickers in like random places to kind of promote it. It's real cool. So if you are people are familiar with your product and your product leaves a good impact, well, not even good. Your product, people could use your product kind of as not necessarily a status symbol, but as a symbol like, hey, I repping this brand. People buy it.
So like this same
I still
guy,
not seen it. Yeah.
You have like branded phone cases. He's selling backpacks. You have your own soup place with the same branding. So he kind of, I see him pop up a few times.
And how much followers you have on like 100,000 on Instagram?
Yeah, 23,000 on Instagram.
23,000 and he getting through there? Okay. That is
on Facebook, he probably have more. Facebook, he have 45,000 on Facebook. So
okay, all right. Well then, yeah. Once you have if you could get them kind of numbers on Facebook, you're doing something good. Because Facebook numbers just be harder to get.
For me, Facebook
followers.
is to get. Yeah.
No, like if you do ads, like followers, people don't follow you on Facebook.
I find Facebook easier than Instagram. Well, for one particular thing I'm doing.
Okay.
Facebook easier than Instagram.
All right.
Probably the demographic I targeting more on Facebook.
Probably, yeah. But I know people Instagram does blow up way faster than their Facebook most times. And well, TikTok does blow up the fastest because that's the most frivolous of them all. People just follow on TikTok just because they can. All right. Next one is subscription platforms like Patreon and Ko-fi allow creators to offer exclusive content and experiences to their most loyal fans. Patreon is working through that?
Probably, I don't know.
Depends. It depends. So if you are more of an art content creator, then yes, Patreon would work a little better. So my friends who create art content, they might have a Ko-fi or they might have a Patreon. They'll do the Ko-fi for tips and they'll use Patreon for whatever. Same thing with some of my streamer friends. Some of them may have Patreons, but Patreon works if you have like a YouTube channel and you want to drop the videos there early. I still think that it's more targeted towards an international audience because in Trinidad, I don't think I know much people who support content creators on Patreon. Well, like at least I don't, because I watch a lot of different content creators and almost all of them have a Patreon. So it's like, if I spend $5 at all of y'all, I'm going to be left with no money at the end of the day. So that's why
trying to figure out.
Take a tip.
I trying to figure out which content creator has something that I want exclusive access to stuff for. I cannot.
So like some of them would like podcasts. I know some podcasters have them. Like they would have the main podcast and then they would have exclusive.
The American guys, and I was listening to real podcasts from all kind of different people, and I'll just be like, yeah, I know in 2 weeks that podcast gonna release. So the people
some of them don't release it at all. Just keep
right.
So there's our instant reactions, there's our live
and then
alongs.
Yeah, but here the thing, right? That same person who they interview and they have like an exclusive Patreon for it, you could go and find somebody else who had a podcast with that same person and they're talking about the same thing. Like the questions that host gonna ask that person ain't gonna be so different that I had to pay for.
Let me talk from a football standpoint, like football podcasts. That wouldn't necessarily happen because if you're a fan of a certain football team and you're doing say it's our games every 3 days and you're doing podcasts, and some football fans, they'll just be they would want to consume all the content. Like if the team winning, they'll consume all the content
in a short space of time.
Even when, like, on the flip side too, if the team were losing, they'll want to do the same thing, or they want to find a place where they can.
Okay. I see that use case, yeah.
Thing with football fans, and so the podcasters now, they would have stuff where, you know, they would have instant reaction right after as the match done. You could come and listen to the podcast, see the videos, they could interact. Because normally you had to wait a day or two after. They would have watch-alongs where you could watch along and interact, and also they'll give you access to their own Discord server, so you come like a direct access to the people and whatever, you know. So there's as
a old man,
I'm not paying for that either, but
I'm not paying for that. Like that's no, I can't. It's like $5 I had to pay to get exclusive access to. Okay, let me see what I could think about it. If you are a person and you getting exclusive interviews with certain people that don't go anywhere else and talk, then okay, because this is the only place I'll get this person of interest to things. So if there is let's say there is a what? Let's say there's a tech person as follow who I'm very interested in how they do their business and all them kind of things. And you are the only person that could get this exclusive interview with them. And I really want to hear what this person have to say. Yeah, but I can't even think about anybody even remotely close to that. So, worse yet, for Trinidad, Begonian, who will be like, yeah, I go down use my credit card to get exclusive access to this Marshall Montano podcast interview.
I ain't doing that.
Michaela ain't doing that either. As much as she loves her soca, that ain't working out. All right, next one. Online courses and workshops. Subject matter experts like Caribbean cooking, folklore, and crafts can monetize their expertise via structured courses. Let me tell you. And actually, I'm going to hear all you on first before I say something. I'm going to color the conversation. Yes, no, or maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go into a course?
Yes.
On cooking?
It depends on what it is. So I follow. Okay, so for me, I wanna do sewing. So there's a page. So there's an Instagram page that she offers sewing courses. So I would go, and if I have the time, I would register and I would go and take her course. I have a friend. She does. She has like a bunch of different like small ebooks on like money management, building a study timetable, stuff like that. And she sells it and people buy it. If people want your product, people will buy your product.
Okay. Akeem, what do you think?
Nope.
Yeah, I want to know too.
Not
because
my experience is Chini is like a real free thing, so they would try to find it free somewhere first before they had to pay for it.
Okay, I can see that, but it depends. If I want the best, I'm not gonna waste my time with free alternatives. So if I know that the content is good, I will pay my money now to get it now, as opposed to wasting my time and going by a bunch of other free places.
So I saying maybe because I just do that. I just have a lot of free content on YouTube for children who want to learn CSEC IT and computer science and thing. And if they want to get like the best experience, come and pay for the classes, and you will get the highest possible experience there. And well, that's basically my business model. For me, however, there is nothing in this world that I can't figure out how to do for free with all the amount of content that I have out here. Nothing. I convinced I could build a car if I wanted to. I could find out how to build a car, because it really not. Like, okay, I understand what Michaela's saying. Like, if somebody has a real good product and I am convinced, like this is because it's my business model, I'm convinced that this person will get me the education that I need in a very short space of time and get me to the point where I need to be very fast. It's just that I think I get all the education I need already. And all I need to know these days is like business management skills and all them kind of thing. It has so much YouTube channels. It has so much. It has ChatGPT, it has Gemini, everything with AI, whatnot. But I understand sewing. Sewing is a niche thing, right? So you really can't go and be like, find a random YouTuber that teaching you how to sew. But I would say maybe, because the business model does work for me. But from a business standpoint, yes. But from a personal standpoint, nah. That is why I have so much free content, because I honestly believe I should have enough free content out there that if somebody wants to do good in IT, they should be able to do it just on my free content alone. But if somebody wants to do good in IT at an accelerated pace, then come and pay me. And it's cool, because that's just good business. But yeah, offering courses and thing and whatnot. Yeah. All right, last one. Yeah, go ahead. I'll listen.
You could also look at it from a real life example. How much Trini content creators have online courses or stuff like that is actually convert? You know,
I don't know.
I mean, it have.
That's not like CXC, because there are plenty online teachers. There are a lot of them.
Are they content creators, like primarily content creators?
No. Me, I'd be one. Cohen Springer would be our next one. Generally speaking, we just do a lot of free stuff and then funnel those people into the classes. There are a few that come up, but you could see that they're doing it with the intent of getting into the class instead of just the intent of doing it for free. So yeah, in the educational world, we have a few. The other parts of the world, I don't know. I honestly can't say that I've bounced up anybody who...
Yeah, cause like, there's not directly the same thing, but like, I know Samson, what's his name? Samson.
Certified Samson.
Samson, you have the ice cream shop thing.
Yeah. And Kyle Boss one have 5 a.m. coffee, yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
I went to the opening yesterday.
Yes, I heard that our next branch opening, yeah.
Okay.
But that's not a course or a workshop. That is just a business, which is exactly what you want to do. You want to be able to make the money and then invest it in some sort of business.
Yeah, and people would come and support them just because of the
yes,
content creator. So
exactly, because I've heard some things about the ice cream from Certified Scoop.
Yeah,
but people are just buy because it is.
Really?
Same thing with is what I heard. I didn't taste it because it's too expensive for me. Actually, I don't buy ice cream outside. You could buy a tub of ice cream for like, if you add $40, you could buy a tub of ice cream and get 6 times the amount of ice cream as you get when you buy ice cream from somebody. But
what tub of ice cream you buying?
Creamery or something.
Creamery?
Oh, no, I don't buy that. No. No, I don't buy that. I only buy Häagen-Dazs.
No way. You are...
Must be nice. That's okay. That's okay. I understand.
This is once in a blue moon type of special occasion.
Only buy... You see, because I'm lactose intolerant. So if I going to hurt up my stomach with ice cream, that ice cream better taste good.
The moon don't even have to be blue. It had to be a blood moon for me. It had to be like the moon from Mars start to orbit Earth. Because, no. It's quite alright.
Right on sale. Massey Forever having sale on Häagen-Dazs ice cream. So you can get like 2 pints for $30. No, I can get a pint for $30 when it's on sale in Massey. So anytime Massey have that sale, I buy 4, 5, 6 pints. And put
a pint is for one person. And?
That's a small one like this?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's for one person. That's me. Yeah, that's me. That's the cup I use when I take an ice cream out from the creamery bucket.
Well, I personally, if I sit down and eat a whole pint in one go, y'all would never hear back from me again. So my stomach will explode. So
it won't work out too well. All right,
I can do that, but I just need a equal proportion of water. So if I eat in that, I'll need to drink like this amount of water for it to kind of balance off in my stomach.
Oh wow. All right. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm glad to not have to live that life, but I am. Okay. Last one before we go into the next topic. Affiliate marketing creators can promote products they genuinely use and earn commission-based income while building trust and influence. Nope. I would say no. Even though Michaela was just talking about this bottle that she used, and she will yap about it for like 3 WhatsApp stories straight. I've never experienced or not seen anybody coming and saying, hey, I have this product that I'm selling in Trinidad and Tobago or the Caribbean, and I want you to talk about it. Unless it's your own product.
It could happen, but you're not going to make a living off it. They'll either try to offer it for free. You're like, hey, if you talk about this product, I'll get it for free.
Yeah.
Or they'll get a little small money for it. So it's not sustainable as a source of income.
Like branded content where like you're a gym instructor and you're doing your gym stuff, but you're also like, oh, these tights, they're so amazing. Yeah, this is my paid partnership with with whatever.
Yeah, I think there's a local gym wear brand, Lex the brand. I don't know. I think.
For real?
Yes, I'm not too sure if people have affiliate links affiliate links for them, but a lot of like local brands would have brand ambassadors, and if you use the brand ambassadors code, you'll get like 10-15% off your order.
Oh my goodness, for real? I've never seen one.
Bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is good to. Okay, that's good to know. Well, then I'll change my note and maybe.
Yeah, there is a bunch of like I've seen it around. So like some people who do lashes, they'll have ambassadors, and if you use the code, you'll get 30% off. For nails, you get a 30% off. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Well, that's good to know that exists to the point where you could get a consistent stream of income. You mightn't be able to live off it, as Akeem say, but at least you'll be able to say. Because what's happening with that is, what's supposed to happen is it will, every time they use your link, the link will rack up a number, and then the IT people have to check how much people use your code. And then based on how much time your code was used, you'll get a payment based on that, or some kind of drama like that, which is generally speaking how affiliate marketing goes. And that's like me putting on a particular headphones in the podcast and always turning to the side so that you could see the logo and be like, oh, these Sony headphones, they're really good, blah, 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 that kind of thing. But I never saw it before. But if you say that it's there, I believe you. I believe you, because it is a viable thing. And if you want to get your brand out, certain people will have the niche market that will be able to drive that content.
Yep. Yeah. Before I buy anything local, I always try to see who are their brand ambassadors or who are their like affiliates, and I would try my best to use a code because I love a discount. Yeah, you get a kickback too, but I love a discount. So. Oh
yeah, we do. We do love a discount.
Well, not kickback.
And affiliates. Payments.
Yeah. That's all I can do something.
Yeah, she make it sound like the government. Yeah.
Oh, a kickback is not criminal.
Yes,
that's
in the context of people who are like older and vote. The first thing is here about kickback is you're thinking about the government contracts. That is the first thing that's go to your head. Yeah, the word kickback,
when I
government
kickback,
contract.
The first thing I think is about when content creators say, yeah, use my affiliate link so I'll get a kickback or like I'll get a commission. That's how I think about kickback.
Like content creators just use that word kickback?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost like a banned word in politics, you know. So say the word kickback, that means that you are stealing money. That's literally what it sounds like. Yeah, but okay, cool. Hey, I'm really glad, like, you know, I find out these things.
Yeah,
because
that's not something I would ever say with a camera in front of me. I get
I get a kickback. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, this was a good session. I appreciate it. I learned some things. And probably, no, I wouldn't go on social media to look for these things, but probably there's a part of social media that I don't get to see locally, and Michaela gets to see. And maybe there is some hope with respect to the way that our social media content creators will be able to build the economy. So, yeah, I don't think we come out too bad. We have hope. It's just that monetization is not always as straightforward. So find multiple ways to monetize, multiple sustainable ways. I still think we have a way to go. Like, what do you think?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is only the beginning, and it's for a select few right now. It's only when you get big enough, you're able to properly monetize in Trinidad, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's an uphill battle.
Yeah. Probably, once if the monetization from the video views could go up because of the ads, then that'll help. But nobody wants to see ads, so that's a toss up. Because when the political ads and them start to come out, everybody get vexed on YouTube. Why is our ad?
You know, they didn't really come up this time around.
Nah, I didn't come up this time.
To an extent, they did well. What they did this wrong is they collaborated with a lot of content creators for the content creators to make the political content. I blocked every single political ad I saw for this voting season. I blocked the creator, and up to now, me and unblocked them. No, they was sell out. Stay so.
I mean on YouTube, not like.
Yeah, they didn't do YouTube. No, they real target TikTok. They ridiculously targeted TikTok for the TikTok and Instagram for the last election season, because forcing the ads on YouTube, they probably realized that they should get a little more grassroots with it and pay the content creators, so Michaela to block them.
Correct. Don't put it on my timeline.
Well,
they probably made it this far.
Let's talk about AI Sora 2 and check out the videos that they were able to produce.
Technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to Make It Simple TT, send them to us, and we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, to installation of routers, buying things online. So you could check us out, 308-8799. You could check our services out, or you could go to makeitsimplett.com and see some of the things that we've done and maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
okay, let's watch a video of what Sora 2 is capable of.
Hanabi, 綺麗だね。でも僕たちは少しずつ離れていく。
Ready when you are. 3, 2, 1, go! Dude, you alright? I'm good. Whoa, steady. Damn it.
What do you think?
Not really all I'm impressed.
Not bad. Well, not bad.
You're not impressed? I can like, what can impress you, dog? Like, what?
No, I could still tell it's AI. Well, I could
But
not
some
tell
of them
it's
definitely.
AI.
Some of them.
Boy, okay.
The
When
anime one is anime, so that one was good, was decent. Most of the other ones you could still kind of tell is yeah. The guy on the flipboard, the
That was hard to tell.
surfboard. Yeah, that one.
well,
was
okay, you
okay.
you could tell that the dog was AI because it was doing something that was unnatural. But the guy that was flipping on the surfboard, that one was pretty good.
Yeah, that one was good.
That one was pretty good. The
Yeah,
horse
cat-
wanted to.
The cat teleport, so from the lady head to his king. So that one, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Cause I actually looking for it. Maybe.
Yeah, because, well, I understand what you're saying. I get where you're coming from because we have to be harsh, which we'll talk about just now. But based on what I see there, I am not 100% sure that it's better than VO3.
Mm-hmm.
Because the kind of things I see people do with VO3 in the wild, even though it's 8-second clips that you could do, it's some crazy, like, good AI videos where you weren't too sure. But the problem with Sora 2 is that it's invite only. And because it's invite only, that means it's not open to the public to create things and display it on their pages or whatnot. And that raised one big red flag for me about why it was invite only. Because when Google had powered VO3, it was free for everybody. You could create as much videos as you want for the first few days, and then eventually they drop it to 3 videos, and then eventually they make you pay. But their model was give everybody a chance, let them throw whatever they could throw at it to see what will happen, and then eventually prove itself, and then you pay. But OpenAI's method now is the invite only, and then what? After they do the invite only, hopefully the people that get invited will produce good videos and post it up on their YouTube channels or post it up wherever. I kind of find that as a little sketchy because it doesn't seem like there's confidence in the product.
Maybe they at an earlier stage than when Google released video in terms of their thing was further along the development side. This is probably just like a closed beta test type of thing, and it's probably not ready, as you say, for the full release. So they're probably gonna do this closed beta test, gather the information, see the results, whatever. They're probably not gonna let the people release anything, or if they're going to release anything, they might be heavily curated, or they'll probably need approval from them. So it's probably just them, a part of the process in terms of
it's beta testing.
Maybe see all the kinks and whatever, and then from there they might do a more full release site.
Yeah. What do you think, Miguel? This does impress you?
Well, I do really look out for the AI videos. It not really my niche, not really my interest, but it is impressive. The one with the flipboard is impressive. The animated one is impressive, but then I still kind of don't like the whole AI imitating artists style, that whole debacle about that. But it's interesting. It's scary. Definitely, I could definitely see people using this for harm. But yeah, I wouldn't encourage the continued development. But you know what? Good for them.
It sounds like you're choosing your words wisely. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're choosing your words wisely. I good with the moving forward or whatnot. They had another story that came out like the other day where there's an actual AI artist that gets signed to a record company.
Yeah,
and the AI artist making music, and they're trying to figure out who getting paid from it, and if the artist has any rights, if the AI artist has any rights. And I don't know, should the AI artist have any rights? But
no.
This gonna fuel the future generations of conspiracy theorists, because say in 5-10 years or whatever, if something happen or the government release a video, people will say that not realize AI, because it's gonna be so good. It's like, how you going to tell whether or not a video real or if it's AI? Like aliens could land. Like it could have an alien sighting with aliens landing and whatever, and people would be skeptical. Like, say 5-10 years from now, aliens land and the government release a video. People would be skeptical.
I think they're working on the AI consortium people, whoever it is, right? The watchdogs, whoever. They are pushing for a watermark to be placed on the video by default. The reason being is if they don't put a watermark, either a digital watermark or some sort of artifact in the video, that will be identifiable by all scanners or whatever it is to make sure. Like, it's almost like a barcode, sort of.
So,
the AI consortium people trying to put that in place.
So the problem with that is, right, you're going to need people to agree to that. You're going to get China to agree to doing something like that.
Well, NATO is a thing, right? let's just start there. At some point in time, the world has to agree on certain things. One of the things that the world agreed on is chemical warfare. And everybody else like, listen, we could get nukes, we could get bombs, we could do everything, that kind of thing. But you see them chemical warfare things, everybody had to agree not to use that. And if anybody is caught using that, we're going to gang up on them. That is my view of what AI-generated content is going to have to be, because it's so risky Like it could change the flow of the whole world if these kind of contents was able to get out without having any sort of watchdogs. So if China agree or they don't agree, somebody ought to do something.
The reason I say that, right? I don't know if we talk about this on this podcast, but in terms of the same AI guardrails and rules and stuff, right? The EU has some regulations in place for AI and some of the guardrails and stuff, but they have an exception in it, and the exception is for military use. So for military use of AI, it had no exceptions.
Now we reached the wars. Yeah, wars.
Said, AI going to be used for wars and warfare and drone. AI being used right now in wars already.
Right.
Think about drones and all that type of stuff. So, because look at it this way, right? If you put in guardrails in your AI for the military, you're gonna have an enemy. You think your enemy gonna not do something like that, and AI is not something that could directly kill you, like chemical or nuclear or stuff like that. You know, it's technology. You're using it to advance certain things.
All I could do is hope. That is all I can tell you. All I could do is hope. Because if we do put a watermark on or some sort of identifier on these videos, we screwed. Like fully screwed. Like this is even like World War III or World War whatever it is, screwed. This is the downfall of society, screwed. Because the amount of propaganda that you could generate or create to change the views of people to think a certain thing or certain way, you could cause countries to revolt just because of mass.
So
mass
as you say that, right, the amount of propaganda, however, that you could generate. This version of AI and Sora, however it is, right, this is what they're releasing to the public, which means they are something that 2 or 3 years ahead of what they're releasing now.
Yes, correct.
So who's to say that? You know,
that's bad actors. Okay, bad actors will be bad actors. No, that's not a problem. But the ones that you release to the public, that one, you had to put something in place because it will cause the public to be tempted to become bad actors. So the bad actors will always be there, in my opinion. But the one that you release to the public, you had to put some sort of guardrail in place for that. Because, okay, guns are guns, right? The guns that we seeing right now, it have better guns, and they just get shipped off to certain armies to the highest bidder, all that kind of thing. That is bad actors. But when you give guns to like teenage people who have like mental issues or whatnot, you get school shootings and them kind of thing. So you had to put some sort of thing in place. This is the same thing that's going to happen with these videos, because if they don't put the thing in place, these young people are going to have immature minds with respect to certain things, or very myopic views of stuff. Because you know when you're young and what's the word by? You're very passionate about certain things. So let's say everybody decide abortion is supposed to be legal, right? And then somebody say, here's what, let's create a group of people who are going to generate our set of videos and create our set of YouTube channels and flood the content about different lies about whatever the situation is. That's the kind of thing that we will head for, and people will believe it, because once you control media, you control people, and social media is the new media.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily just young people. Young people is the medium to get it done, but older people like us,
we'll fool them.
Okay, these younger people easy to manipulate. I would.
Correct.
Same thing like with gangs, and the gangs recruit people in the teens to go and do all the dirty work. So it could be, you know, you could fill these same younger people with the propaganda videos that not real and get them to go and in turn do other stuff.
Yeah, I for sure know that watermark thing will have to be put in place, even if it's a digital watermark. So you don't see it on the thing where, you know, like you have with a photo, you could have the EXIF data with the location and the type of device, the type of phone that took it, and all that kind of thing. You could scrape
a AI dark web where you can
which is, that's just the underground economy. You'll have that. But yeah, they had to put that in for the public because I don't want to get catch, but I know I will get catch. The rate it going at and the skill that it's moving forward with, there will be a video that will catch me as good as I think I am. I just need to be in the right emotional state the wrong emotional state at a particular point in time and see the right video, and they will fully catch me. Because it's getting too good.
And also if you're not paying attention, so a lot of us don't really, if you're mindlessly scrolling on social media, you kind of take everything at just a first glance. To an extent, you don't really at least when I am just scrolling, not looking for anything in particular, doom scrolling, I don't really pay attention that much. So I'm not gonna sit down there and critically analyze what's in front of me. I'm like, oh, okay, next. Oh, okay, weird, next.
You know what else to buy? Like, if you lower the resolution on some of them videos, like right now we could tell because it's high resolution. But if you lower some of the resolution and it's be like, yeah, you film this on a security camera or on an older phone that way looking, so it will be much harder to tell it's AI because if the resolution low.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, good for OpenAI and Sora. Let them do the closed beta testing and see how that goes. But Google, I sure Google and be like, here's VO4 by the end of the year, and and it will be able to not get just 8-second clips, but get like 30-second clips or some kind of thing like that. Because I was listening to a podcast, or I was watching something, and a man was like, oh yeah, they have VO7 sitting down inside there already, just waiting for you. And the host was like, 7? Right now they're on 3. And it's like, yeah, obviously you don't know how this thing works. Yeah. Like, they have it there and they're waiting. They're just choosing when to release it because there's so much at stake with respect to the timing of how it's releasing. So I am fully confident that them deep faking any human being, voice, tone, mannerism, everything, and it could go for longer. It's just that they just decided not to.
Who's to say some of the stuff that in the past few years that get released is not already.
I find you real on this conspiracy theory out,
Yeah, he had it in foil hat. We had to get a roll of foil and send it by him for him to make. Yeah.
As you get older, Michaela, you will realize that the world is not what it seems.
Understandable. To an extent, I feel like that too. Like, have you watched the comment sections of any major news outlets? Sorry, any local major news outlets?
Oh yeah. Oh, bots. Oh yes.
The bots and the bots below.
And the bot speaking in Trini now. It's like, I go tell you that you are saying something bad, and you could clearly see that they kind of learn the language of Trinidad, but it's still very disjointed and
all the
junky.
bots follow each other.
And they have one video on all of the accounts. 0 followers, but they have one video, and it's the same video because, of course, you can't create the account without one video on it. And yeah, the one video is some random.
Like somebody a few months ago, right? They come to me and I was like, they had this whole, like, you go on to certain pages, there's a pricing and it's a different tiers.
Yeah.
Premium, basic, whatever. I thought tiers are bots, like 100,000, 500,000, a million. And you pay different amounts for the bots, or the likes, or the views. So and it's not that expensive. Because I see some of the prices.
I think I was watching a documentary where a lot of American YouTubers, in order for them to get big, they just have to pay for the bots to get the video up to like 250K, and then the algorithm does actually recognize it and start to show it to real people. So like their video, if they don't put the bots, won't get as much views. So they have to pay for the bots in order to get to their million views, because the first 250, you had to manufacture it and basically force the algorithm to recognize your video to show it to real people. And when I watched that, I was like, damn, that's wild.
And with
That
AI,
real one.
it's becoming cheaper to do it.
Yeah. Because them farms and them in Cambodia, they're easy. They're easy to pay for. Why I say Cambodia? Because remember the email that we had getting last time about the school, the bomb scare, Trinidad will burn or some kind of thing. Yeah, the IP address was traced back to Cambodia. I think we figured out, but yeah. All right. Well, it was a good run, guys. Today we spent a lot of time talking about what's wrong with the creator economy. Good discussion. And OpenAI Sora 2 is pretty good. Well, Akim don't find it good, but I find it good. I just kept my views plain, not be like look for the issues. But the cat did teleport. All right, that's it for today, Ollie. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week. My name is Andre Charles from @MakeItSimpleTT. Hey, you know what I do this week? I posted a video. Yes, I did.
On TikTok?
Yeah, I posted an AI tips video for teachers on how to use AI to do something. And it got 4,000 views. Yeah. A whole video. Yeah, clock it. Yeah. So I'm gonna start to post AI related videos on how to use AI to help students and teachers, which is not low hanging fruit for me now. That's my lane now. So I was like, what videos I could start to post without having to put so much ridiculous amounts of effort into trying to help people with technology. And I was like, let me just do some AI tips and put a prompt in the description and see how it works. So yeah, and this is the first time I post a video on the Make It Simple TT channel for about a year and a half. I ain't gonna lie to you. Everything is just ads before that and collaborations with Trinity TechCast, but now I actually putting stuff on the channel. But
that thing and inspire me to do nothing. I ain't posting nothing.
Hey, I have an audience, a captive audience of students and teachers who care about me. Yeah. But everything was just posted on Trinity TechCast for all the time. So so Make It Simple TT, you might see some AI tips videos or a collaboration with Trinity TechCast, which I do accept, and Akim doesn't, but Michaela, she does. So Michaela, tell them about your life.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram @Kella_Noel. You could also find me on LinkedIn @McKella_Noel. And I'm thinking, because October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, I may post a TikTok. I may join TikTok and may post a TikTok, just raising awareness, like general clips. Me. It's been on my mind.
It takes Cybersecurity Month for Michaela to think about going on TikTok, y'all. Just letting y'all know.
Just to open the app, post, link it back to my Instagram, link it back to my LinkedIn, and then disappear again.
And then run.
Run like the wind, yes. I don't want TikTok installed on my phone. No.
Ooh, that's funny. All right, yeah. Akim, what about
you? Akim there from Trinity TechCast.
Yep. That's how it goes. All right, Ollie. I thank you very much. And let's wrap this one up. Next week, we will continue and try our very, very best not to talk about the budget, but...
There is a price around in the budget.
All right, we'll stop now. Bye-bye. Good. Later, everybody. Later.